first started to have problems with my back and my hip and my leg, really, all three kind of at once in January of 2007. And then one morning I woke up and I had this burning pain that sort of started in my back and wrapped around my hip and went all the way down my leg to my knee, down the front of my leg. The results of the MRI were abnormal, you would say, so he said, well, you've really got to go to a neurosurgeon next. I went through that surgery, and my leg was still hurting, my hip really was still hurting, and I still had a very weird gait. I was still kind of hunched over, and I just wasn't walking well at all. So we went back to the x-ray, and then the hip was bone on bone. So I had my hip replaced. And then all of a sudden in July of last year, so now we're up to July of 2010, I had the worst episode of pain I've ever had in my life, including childbirth. All this time has gone by, and 2 surgeries later, and much disability, and it wasn't really getting better at all. So when I went back to the neurosurgeon, he said, you've probably got spinal stenosis, and we can't fix that. And I went back to the orthopedic surgeon, and he said, oh yeah, spinal stenosis can't fix that. I was feeling very depressed. I thought, you know, if I have spinal stenosis and I can't fix spinal stenosis, and this pain is coming from spinal stenosis, then my goose is cooked, because this is no way to live. Couldn't walk, which I love to do, couldn't ride my horse, couldn't go kayaking, couldn't really do much of anything. Very short distance that I could walk, and that's still walking with a cane. We did one session, a 90-minute session of exercises and positions. And I got up off the floor after 90 minutes, and I must have been at least 10 or 20% better in 90 minutes. It was the first hopeful thing that had happened in a long, long time. I don't have pain pills in the house anymore. I don't need it. I haven't used the cane, and I haven't used the cane at all for months now. I don't even have it anymore. I hadn't been skiing since just before the onset of the pain, so that was December of 2006. I skied for the first time this past winter behind us, the winter of 2010-11. And when that lift started carrying me up the hill, I thought, oh gosh, I hope this isn't a mistake. But I stood up off the lift and I skied.